When we accept the job, there's 4 options. I can edit the cost. So this is going to be for variation, shipping costs, those sort of things. A lot of these things can't be really defined until you've had a chance to review the size of the job because it's a bit hard to quote against. When a customer does request shipping, there would be a note at checkout saying that the price may vary based on the shipping and stuff, so there could be a change to it. Payment received is for these situations that they've paid ahead of time. Some of the guys are running like in their showrooms, they'll have like tablet set up with customer profile loaded up. Customer can come in, say, oh yeah, I want to just get a couple cupboards. They just help them through it, step them through, add in with them, process it there, and then approve it straight through. Approved customer is going to be those guys that you might be running credit or accounts with. Waiting payment is the typical sort of process for a lot of guys because it basically says, yep, we're happy to continue with this job, but we're going to wait for that payment to clear before we proceed any further. So this would just let them know that. You can give them estimated pickup date at this time, which can be changed, but there's obviously that caveat subject to payment receipt there. Here's another email that would go out to the customer, let them know. So the site will do a lot of that communication back and forth for you. So a lot of it can be just handled within here. So you don't have to do a lot of manual calls and emails along the way. Now this one's marked as in production. This is when we can actually get down to the manufacturing part of this. So just going to download the job CSV here, which contains a lot of the information about that job. And I'll fire up our CNC production software. This is less of a design tool though. So this is strictly for building cabinet components. Going to do a Cabinetry.Online import. It's going to import all that customer information that they wanted. This will apply all the machining logic because this knows all of the drilling patterns for all the hardware. This knows how to build all the drawers. This knows how many construction holes you need on a cupboard. That's X over a certain size to manufacture it, or presenting it to the post-processor, which then translates that into the actual machine code for the CNCs. Basically, a job this size is not going to take very long, but most jobs, 5 minutes to process all of the components and build out all of that. It also builds out reports for like what hardware you need to order, how much edge tape you're going to require. So it's going to basically spell out exactly what it is you need to supply as part of this job. That's finished that. So this will now show me actually all of those parts that we need to manufacture. So for instance, all the pieces that we actually need to cut at the CNC to do these cupboards. See like the adjustable shelves, fixed shelves, setback. Everything was handled by the customer. Keep pushing that one through. So this is actually set up for a BSE, so producing all the CIX files and stuff that I require for this job, as well as the phase 6 nesting for the machinable doors. Basically, got our doors and drawers. This is phase 5, so this is all the actual drill positions, hinges, all of that. These squares are for labels, so our systems can place labels if you have a labeling line. Then you do your sheet flip. We've got our doors and drawers there. So, like I said, very little input from us. Has introduced an additional route to salvage the offcut, depending on whether you're planning to keep that or give it to the customer. Comes down to your processes. Also got a single sheet of whiteboard. I've turned this on for 3618, so we can do large sheet stock, more to just show another size board in the demonstration side of things. We can also see all the labels that are produced for it. These are just a basic template. You can change this. You can, like I said, add those QR codes. You can add barcodes on there for part scanning, any additional information you want present on there. So pretty straightforward. These sort of jobs shouldn't take much time for you guys. 5 minutes conservatively to accept the job, generate all the invoicing and stuff for it, wait for the payment to come through, process through the production software, which has now produced all of the code we need to actually run at the BSE, labels we need to print off, as well as the reports for like the hardware we need to purchase, or if it's stuff you keep in stock, or vice versa, or everything that you need to supply. So it doesn't take hours of consultation or hours of design to work out, do these jobs. And this is how we've got manufacturers that can put through hundreds of these jobs a month.